Of which air have you been flowing in the villages? With which hand in the cities are you pouring? And from the sky have you been descended? Or have you been exploded streams from the highest heavens rippling? Nile is the mother phenomenon in the Egyptian civilization. He is the god Hapi, who was worshipped in pharaonic Egypt. They sacrificed and wedded their virgin daughters to him. For his generosity, Caliph sent letters of admonition. And on his timeless surface, lovers and friends sat for nights and days, breathing his beauty and life blast. From his sweet water, Egyptians drank, and of its salt they made their pots for food and drink. So they could set it up for one of the most ancient fabrications known to human beings. It's making pottery. Nile silt is a power of creativity. It's one of the secrets of the Egyptian civilization immortality, whereby Egyptians built houses and tunnels that kept their food, drink, wealth, and bodies. Making pottery is considered the hero in all agricultural civilizations, as pottery was the main element in the daily life scene for the civilizations. So, it's not surprising that the archaeologists owe too much favor for the pottery products, as they could read in it their country and communities. Although making pottery looks primitive for the first look, but in fact it involves too much difficulty only known to a creator could see in a piece of pottery the spirit of its maker. About 600 kilometers south of the capital Cairo, there is one of the oldest cities in Egypt. It's Qina, where its people excelled in making pottery products to the extent that some of these products are attributed to it and sung by its folk poets, القلل القناوي, the Canaan pottery.
مالي حجاوي الجلال الجناوي رخيصة جاوي الجلال الجناوي مالي حجاوي الجلال الجناوي رخيصة جاوي الجلال الجناوي جرب حدانا وخد لك كلتين جرب حدانا وخد لك كلتين خسارة جرشك وحياة ولادك علي ما هوش من طين بلادك خسارة جرشك وحياة ولادك علي ما هوش من طين بلادك ده ابن بلدك ما يبلفكش ما تعدموش ولا يعدمكش دمك من دمه ما يفرقوش دمك من دمه ما يفرقوش.
Although Qana is one of the most important cities in Egypt, but it's not more than one of 40 places in Egypt which its people attempted making pottery, for example, Al-Gharbiya, Asyut, Al-Jiza, and other cities and villages. But this craft, which has been spread over the banks of Nile, is going less and sometimes does not exist as we head more east or west towards the desert. It's the Ekfan craft with felt and water. Pottery is that kind of craft which needs plenty of trained workers, and the 40 places that make pottery in Egypt contain about 4,000 factories employing an uncountable number of craftsmen, in addition to the indirect employment that this craft offers, like potters, pottery dealers, and markets. So, pottery was and still is present in the economical, cultural, and creative Egyptian consciousness. and as much as its presence in the Egyptian historical scene, as much as its penetration in the present scene, especially on the economic and creative level. Egyptians are one of the most nations respecting silt, especially if that silt is the silt of Nile. And also, they are the most nations that can turn that deaf, blind silt into life, into writing on the wall of time.
حجاوي وليل بلاوي رقص جاوي وليل بلاوي جرب حدنا وقول الليل وصار جيشك وحكاك ولادك علي ماهوش من طين بلادك واللي حتلقى زي الدنيا مالها يا زعبلاوي شكلها ضحالها والمداوي شوفوا البلاوي البنكلاوي يرفع دعاوي علشان يتداوي في فلوسنا واحنا مجددين تاني حجاوي وغالي بلاوي رخيصة جاوي وغالي بلاوي تاني حجاوي وغالي بلاوي رخيصة جاوي وغالي بلاوي تاني حجاوي